glacier out in the wild, and surprise, we have some bubbles. So now the bubble is staying in place and growing bigger because the lava has changed texture. So when lava loses heat, it becomes very viscous, very sticky, and does not want to flow anymore. When I put the pressure on the ice block, I'm pushing the steam from the lava-ice interaction inside. But of course, the steam is a gas, so it wants to escape. So it's going to push through until it finds a weakness. However, notice that the bubbles have become black. That's because they're solid on the outside. If you get inside, it's gooey.
Some good old lava spaghetti.
Yes, it's lava spaghetti. Exactly, I love that. It's like cheese to me. It's like a good mozzarella stick full, you know? But here where I drop the ice, that's solid. I cannot break through that because it's much thicker. Same deal over here. But this is kind of squishy when I press on it. Nice, bright molten lava. It is a gooey cheese sandwich. Look at that.
It's quite literally a lava cake.
Yes. This is as close to a real lava cake as you can get. Now, if you try to eat it, you'll never eat anything ever again. So don't try it. Now, look how quickly the texture changes. I'm struggling again like I was before because it hates to be liquid. And notice how bright it is. The brighter the lava is, the brighter it is, the hotter it is. It's very nice. I feel like a candy maker at this stage, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gooey and sticky. Now I do want to get this stick out. There we go. Let's look underneath again.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Nice and cool. I will do it on both sides, don't worry. I can only be at one place at one time though. Now, we have the same thing happening in nature. When lava erupts, the solid crust forms, and that protects the lava on the inside. It keeps it hot, it keeps it molten, it keeps it flowing, until there is no more lava left. Eventually, all you have left behind is just a solid, empty crust. What we call this crust is a lava tunnel, or a lava tube, or a lava cave. And we have about 1,000 or so here in Iceland. They're very cool. I highly, highly recommend a visit. Now, the more lava you have, the more insulation you have. We have less lava here, so way less insulation. So if I lift it, it's not molten anymore because we have way less lava, but it is molten enough to protect itself, to be flexible because the outside protects itself. And it stays. Because the cooler air from the room comes underneath, protects it, and, it comes underneath, solidifies it, and it stays like that. Again, nice and bright. Now, I like to think of the show as a sensory experience. So far, you have seen the molten lava, correct? Mm-hmm. Do you feel the heat of the lava?
Yes.
Okay, good, me too. Let's check how hot it is on the inside. Well, it's super hot. You can see my thing smoking already. All right. So it came in at 1,100 degrees Celsius, 2,000 Fahrenheit. On the inside, it's only 902 Celsius. 1,656 Fahrenheit. But on the outside, it's 628 Celsius, 1,163 Fahrenheit. The deeper you get into the lava, the hotter it actually is. Because, well, good insulation. So just for the fun of it, I'm gonna lift it again, or try to. Let's see what's underneath. We're here for a show, so let's put one on. Oh yeah. Gooey, beautiful lava. That's only at 883 Celsius, 1,622 Fahrenheit. Sorry. And I told you that lava hates to be liquid. 790 Celsius now. The same spot, 1,454. 885 Celsius on the inside as well. So, the more outside it is, the cooler it is, and the more lava you have, the more insulation you have. This takes 2 days to cool down, completely. But if you have a massive lava field, that's gonna take hundreds of, well, decades, like 20 years to actually become solid, if it's about 100 meters thick, and hundreds to fully cool down to the center. Because the more lava you have, the more insulation you have. Let's try on this side now. That one, there we go. And we call this the dragon's mouth. I'm sure you can guess why. Now, any lava that you have that's over 600 degrees Celsius, it's going to glow. At that point, that lava has a lot of extra energy, and it wants to get rid of the energy in the form of light. The hotter it is, the brighter it is. And the lighter the color of the glow, the hotter it is. So if it's yellow, it is hotter than orange, which is hotter than red. Right now, we're at 805 Celsius. 1,481. Very hot for me. Now, notice that we have black lava forming. Notice that we have black lava forming. Okay, so here we're drop the ice. It's a very cold 441 Celsius, 826 Fahrenheit. The edge of the bridge here, 356 Celsius, 674 Fahrenheit. And I want to find the Pele's hair. Right here, which is 75 Celsius. 168 Fahrenheit. And that is exactly why I told you don't touch the lava. Because lava that is safe to touch looks like lava almost 600 degrees Celsius. And all of the lava in this room, again, takes 2 days to fully cool down, and I really, really don't want to take that risk. Okay, so we have feel, or, yeah, touch, not touch, we're not touching it, but, you know, the feel of the heat, you have that. You saw it. Can you hear it?
Yes. Yes.
This little popping, crackling noise. That's the lava becoming solid. It becomes solid at under 900 degrees Celsius. When lava becomes solid, it gets smaller, it contracts. So it breaks away from the lava next to it, which creates these popping noises. What else? You cannot taste it, so I will not offer you that. However, can you smell it? Okay, so I will admit that's my shoe. I pressed the stick on my shoe. It's okay, I'm okay. I smelled it before I felt it, so we're good. Besides burning plastic smell, do you smell anything else? No. Yeah, besides the burning smell, it's me, okay? But you don't smell, let's say, eggs, right? No. Good. A lot of people like to say they do. They smell sulfur because sulfur has a rotten kind of eggy smell. You smell it all over Iceland because of sulfur gas. And sulfur gas is abundant. There's a lot of it in the volcanoes, in the lava erupting outside. But here, we do not have any sulfur gas. We have no gases. The gases come from deep inside the earth. They erupt with the lava. But they are super, super, super toxic. So, you know, at small amounts, sulfur smells like rotten eggs. In large amounts, you will never smell anything ever again. So, we make sure that it is burnt out. Now, the second reason that lava has a smell is, well, you already smell it because my shoe is burning. However, lava's hot. So, it sets things on fire. Things like paper, plants, trees, parts of houses, yourselves, myself. And here in Iceland, usually it is the moss that is burning. So as lava flows over the land, you're going to see smoke and flames on the sides and the fronts of the lava flow. And of course, anything burning does create a smell, and that adds to the smell of the lava. But without things burning, without gases, the lava itself is actually odorless. It does not have a smell. Now, Nikita gave us amazing lava, okay? Let's see what's happening. Usually by now it's honestly solid, but it looks really bright to me. making noises. Okay, it's still very bright, but now it's less molten than before.
Yeah.
Because I keep lifting it, I keep breaking, I keep like releasing the heat from the inside, forcing the lava to make a crust to protect itself. If I left this here, it would be molten on the inside for at least a couple of hours. But I want to show you what it looks like, so I won't leave it there, of course. But you see how quickly that crust forms if I expose it. And again, I have a crazy cool cave in here. But again, not molten anymore. And nice and dark on the outside. So now I'm going to put the lights on, at least on the lava for now, so you guys can see what the lava actually looks like as it loses that glow. What does that look like? Glass, obsidian. All right, let's talk about the glass part first. It looks like glass because it is glass. It is volcanic glass. Volcanic because it comes from lava. And glass forms when lava becomes solid very, very quickly, usually in the presence of water, such as the ice block here. It's sandy because it got stuck to the tephra, or the tephra got stuck on the ice, but it is still ice.
Oh, yeah.
All right, the lava is such a good insulator when it's solid that it wasn't touching it, so it wasn't melting it faster. On the side was enough. The heat radiates up mostly, so you can hear that. It's sizzling, but it's not next to it, so it's not sizzling anymore. Now when lava becomes solid very quickly, all those elements in the lava, they just freeze. They grab onto whatever they can as quickly as they can. They're going to grab onto what is most available and the most abundant. In the case of lava, that is silica. That's one silicon with 2 oxygen atoms, and it is the main component of glass. Our lava here, about 47% silica. But it's a very dark glass, as you can see. You can't really see through it because of all the other elements inside the lava. We also have 15% iron, 13% aluminum, 9% calcium, 5% magnesium, titanium, sodium, potassium, manganese, phosphorus, copper, cobalt, lead, strontium, ruthenium, hafnium, lithium, and a bunch of other elements. Whatever you can think of is very likely in our lava, even in tiny, tiny, tiny amounts. That creates a mix, and our lava glass becomes dark. Now, somebody said obsidian before, and that's very good. This looks just like obsidian and forms just like obsidian, but lava meets water. But I am sorry to say that this is not obsidian. That comes from a different type of lava. This lava here, if you need to step out though, you can step out all the way to the back. Are you laughing or crying? I can't tell sometimes. All right, obsidian comes from, so lava here is called basalt. It forms a glass called tachyon. Okay, pretty rare, not very well known. But obsidian comes from a lava called rhyolite, which is very explosive, has way more silica, which makes it kind of stronger. So you could shape it into things like tools and weapons. Whereas this stuff, although it's still very hot, let's see. It just starts to crumble if it cools down enough. But of course, as I break into it, it is still super, super bright, super, super hot. So yeah, nature is violent and will break that glassy crust up very, very quickly. And usually when that glassy crust is broken up, the lava on the inside is rock. This is glass. It doesn't look like rock because it's not rock. For rock to form, the lava needs to be longer, even a little bit longer, like hours longer. So that the elements can find each other, form ordered bonds called crystals, or a crystal structure. Once you have crystals, we form minerals, which forms rock, and your lava looks like this. This is rock. This is exactly the same material as this. It just looks different because of time of becoming solid. This took seconds, this took 100 years. So it looks different. But if I break this up, melt it in our furnace, pour it out here, it'll turn into glass as well. All right, I can keep rambling. However, I think now is a good time to put the lights up to see who is sleeping.